Wednesday, January 31st, 2018, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. It's just gone past 8 a.m. London. The markets are fairly quiet so far this morning. Yesterday, of course, the stock market dropped quite a bit, but still in percentage terms, it was just over 1% that the Dow dropped. Just to give you an idea, back in 1987 in October, when we had the crash of I think it was around 22% in one day, or 500 points in a day, the Dow dropped from I think 2,000 to 1,500. I'm not sure exactly, but today you'd need a 5,000 point drop for the equivalent crash. And back then, of course, the market wasn't and the system wasn't as leveraged, and we didn't have as much debt as we have today. Am I saying we're going to have a crash like that? No. Of course, Alan Greenspan came in and saved the day. But back to today then, we had, of course, State of the Union address by President Trump. I didn't listen to it. I haven't really read too much about the details of what he said. I personally think a lot of what goes on in politics is just theater and distraction for the masses, unless we abolish, and by we I mean the people need to elect the right people for that, and they haven't. We need to abolish the central banks, go back to a decentralized, how can I say, monetary system. We can't be in this system where a few individuals or institutions control the issuance of money. Mr. Rothschild back in the 19th century was right. Give me control of the issuance of money of a country, and I care not who makes its laws. And that's where we are. Not only in the United States, which was hijacked by the bankers in 1913 with the creation of the Federal Reserve, but also in England with the creation of the Bank of England in 1694. But in every other country, even Brazil, where I was born, they had a coup in 1964, which was the year I was born, a military coup. They overthrew an elected government. And it's only a few years ago that I looked more into it, and I saw that the Central Bank of Brazil was created on December 31st, 1964. The coup was in October 1964. So do you think there's any relationship between central banks and who runs the world? No. So until we get out of this trap of central banking and go back to a free market capitalist system, because we don't have a free market capitalist system right now. We have central planning by the central banks, controlled by a few institutions and people behind those institutions. I don't know who's behind them, but I'm sure some of you have an inkling or an idea, but we can't really tell. It's all secret. And that's why, you look at the news about the State of the Union. One thing I saw is that Trump is calling for a $1.5 trillion infrastructure spending from Congress. But where does that $1.5 trillion come from? It comes from you, from the public. Am I saying infrastructure is bad? No. But does it have to be done centrally by the federal government? No, it doesn't. That's the thing. So until we see President Trump come out and say, I want to abolish the 16th Amendment. I think that was the one that created the Federal Reserve. Until we see that, it's business as usual. I wouldn't buy into all the infighting. Of course, maybe there is a little bit of a deep state shadow government fight between Trump and with Trump, but I'm sure Trump represents part of the deep state shadow government. It's just like a civil war amongst the people that run the machinery of government, but the people who are really above everything are the central bankers. They control the purse strings. And that's why we've had the phenomenon of cryptocurrencies, because it's decentralized, it's free, it's open source, everyone can see what's going on. So that's why it's happened. But until we get out of central banking, it was one of the tenets of the Communist Manifesto was to centralize credit. So what's more than central credit than a central bank? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say before I look at the markets. First of all, I'd like to say that, yeah, the price of gold has gone up quite a bit since December in US dollar terms. That's true. In other currencies like the pound and the euro and the Swiss franc, it hasn't really done anything. If anything, has come down because the dollar has gone down quicker against the fiat currencies than it has gone down against gold. But believe me, the pound, the euro, the Swiss franc, every other fiat currency is just as bad, or if not even worse than the US dollar. They're all derivatives of the US dollar. Don't forget the Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944. The dollar was and still is the base, the base of the system, or the anchor. Not a great anchor, of course. So I wouldn't be concerned, selling my gold and buying pounds because the pound's going up quicker against the dollar. No. I guess, some of my assets are denominated in pounds, so that's fine. My house has gone up in terms of dollar. So all in all, you have to look at the bigger picture. I wouldn't be worried about. These are just the shenanigans of the central bankers. These currencies are all managed by the Bank for International Settlements in Basel, Switzerland. They run all the fiat currencies. I'm sure it's not going to stay like this. So I wouldn't be worried about it. And the other thing is that gold is not, you shouldn't look at it as an investment. You should look at it as insurance, something that you hold against financial uncertainty. So this morning, I've gone on a little bit here before I look at the markets. It's now 8:17. Spot gold 1343.50, up 5. The range has been 1336 to 1345 overnight. Spot silver 1722, up 10. So up 0.5%. Silver outperforming a bit, 1708 to 1726. The Dow has rebounded a little bit from yesterday's dropping, 26,155, up 76, or 1/3%. The S&P up 10 3/4 at 28.33. The Nasdaq up 27. Currency-wise, yeah, the dollar is weaker this morning. We've broken back below 89 in terms of the dollar index. We're at 88.84. It is a bit delayed, my quote here. Actually, it's 88.96 now. It's down 1/4%. It got down as low, let's see, as 88.82. So the big drop was on the 26th when we got down to 88.43. So that's the key level below 88.43. Currencies are doing well, I guess, seeing that the dollar index is up. The pound is at 141.82, up 1/4%. Euro 124.40, up 1/3%. And the dollar is only down about 10 pips against the yen at 108.67. The dollar is down 0.5% against the Chinese currency. It's at 629.60. So that's quite a big move there. And crude oil is down 40 cents at 64.02. So yeah, it has been kind of frustrating for precious metals holders outside the U.S. and even for the mining stocks. Yesterday, the mining stocks got hit with the overall stock market going down. But there as well, I think we need to be patient. Cryptocurrencies still consolidating. We dropped below 10,000 in Bitcoin. We're now 10,200. I'm still positive on the technology and the concept of decentralized ledgers. I think things are going to change a lot. One thing I've noticed is that Bitcoin is losing more and more of its dominance as the major cryptocurrency. And I think that's going to continue. And that doesn't mean, nevertheless, that Bitcoin will not go higher from here. I think it will, but people are finding out that there's a lot of other coins or projects using the blockchain that are even more efficient and better than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin will remain, I think, as a major cryptocurrency. So yeah, that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet, and you can also follow me on steemit.com, which is a social media platform on the blockchain. It doesn't even feel like you're on the blockchain. And you can also follow me on Twitter, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.